Gosh.
You're gonna have to sing. Did you bring your guitar?
No. I was rushing out. I walked out out bringing all kinds of stuff.
Wait, we may have one song.
Did you want to play music?
I wanted you to sing.
Oh, you don't want that.
Yes, I do. I always want you to sing.
I don't have any music with me.
All right, we're about to go in.
Oh, well, I was gonna find you that CD here, because I know it's over here.
This guy's like my kid brother, okay? All right, we're gonna go in just a few seconds.
I'm coming.
All right, kid.
Oh my gosh, really? There I am, right there. Boom!
Awesome. Good afternoon. My name is Donna Feazell, and I'm your host of Afternoon Drive Home. Thank you so much for listening to us every day, Monday through Friday, as I get to ride home with you in the afternoon. We just had Sarah Stahl, who is the social analyst and is into marketing, and she's been helping a lot of companies in this area.
Well, good
And
deal.
I bet she could help you out, too.
I could probably help her.
Yeah, both of you can help each other. You could be friends and just, like help each other out all along. This is Nate Fortner, by the way. I think everybody knows who Nate is.
Hey, everybody.
This guy needs absolutely no introduction. Everybody knows you, Nate.
That's what they tell me.
Yeah, absolutely. It can be a good thing. It can be a bad thing.
That could be.
We were just talking about Coke and Pepsi, and here you come in with your Pepsi thing.
And that one's actually flat. So if any of you would like to bring a Pepsi by the station, you are more than welcome to do that, because this one is flat.
How long have you had it? How long has it been open?
A couple days.
Oh, yeah, well, that'll do too. Is that what you use for your spit can?
No, I don't do that no more.
No more?
I quit that a long time ago.
Oh, so you used to do that.
Oh, I used to do a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
But we don't
We're not
have
gonna
time
talk
for
about
that.
it today. We won't talk about it today. Well, Nate, so what's new in your world?
Just staying busy. Got a new song that's fixing to release to radio.
Will be on this one?
And that's the old CD.
So what's the new one?
It's called Trophy on Display.
Talk to us about Trophy on Display. What's it about?
Oh, it's awesome. Actually, it's pretty much the story of my life. God showed up, found me in a bar, and I was, you talks about chasing fame and fortune, at one point in my life, and I put it in the song, says I even threw God away, gave away all my suits, my ties, anything that reminded me of church and God, and said I was done. I hated Christians, I hated preachers, and even knowing that I was called to preach at 12 years old, I hated them, didn't want anything to do with them. I was not the person you wanted to talk to about Jesus, because I'd cuss you out.
Well, how does a person get in that kind of shape? Because, that's not the Nate I know.
Yeah.
Definitely. So, a lot of folks do. They'll get into this situation where they say, I don't want anything to do with church anymore.
Well, I even went to the point that I told people I wasn't a Christian anymore. And I said, don't associate me with Christian people. I said, because I'm not interested in being known as a hypocrite. And people just, because that was a complete 360 for me. Everybody knew me as church boy Nate. And then after that, I just dropped it all. And they're like, what happened? And it's like, well, I had a run-in with a couple preachers. And that was all it took. I'm like, this man that is in this position of authority is God's mouthpiece. And if I'm not good enough for this man that God has placed in authority over me, evidently I'm not good enough for God. And I said, the heck with all of them. If I'm going to die and burn for eternity anyway, what's the point in being miserable sitting in church every week? So I just said, I quit.
A lot of people go to a church and they think, oh, I'm not good enough, and they quit going. How does that happen?
Yeah. Well, in the song goes on, and I even remember at one point in my life, at one point my dad told me I was a failure, I'd never amount to anything. Other people have said the same thing. And, at another time, I remember even saying, barbed wire and fire wouldn't hurt as near as bad as the scars
what people can
that
say.
I wear, left behind by the wounds of my friends and family. And that I put into the song. And, well, anyway, in the song I keep saying, my life is a trophy on display, all my failures for the world to see. And so that's the only trophies I've ever won were for my failures. I was a celebrated loser. That's how people knew me. When they talked about me, they talked about my failures and how horrible of a
Yeah,
person
but that
I
has
was.
to be somebody who didn't know you.
Oh no, it was friends, family. I had completely
Like I
done
said,
a
it had to be
360.
somebody who didn't know you.
Yeah, and so a lot of people know my testimony. I was actually in a bar singing, "Run Away from God," and he proved himself to me so real through the scripture, where he says he'll never leave us or forsake us. He'll always be with us.
That's one thing you always count on.
Absolutely, and I knew that I had left God. He didn't leave me. When I was in there in these bars all the time, drinking, partying, wild, crazy life, and then one night I stepped down off the stage, walked over to the bar to pick up my bottle, and found that bottle empty. And that's how I felt in that moment, was just like that bottle. And it was like the Holy Spirit, I could feel him just rest his hand on my shoulder, and he said, "Son, what are you doing here?" And you for some of them that may be listening think, well, God doesn't go to those places. You're wrong. Because, you've come by too late to tell me that God won't show up in a bar. You've come by too late to tell me that Jesus still doesn't hang out with sinners. Because he showed up looking for this boy.
Well, it's like people who say that Satan doesn't come to church. He usually sits on the front row.
That's it. Always usually right beside me most of the time.
Yeah, me too. Kind of like aggravating me.
Yeah. But the new song, by the end of the song, the guy in the song comes out and says, now he's got a new trophy. And this trophy is God's marvelous mercy at work in his life. And so if I could say anything to anybody today, no matter what you've been called, no matter what people have said about you, they can call you a failure, a loser, a wannabe, whatever they want to call you. But you know what? Their opinion doesn't matter.
No, it doesn't. That has no bearing on anything. It really
That's it.
doesn't.
It only matters what God thinks. And the fact that I was a loser, a celebrated loser, a sinner on my way to hell to burn, he still showed up looking for me. He had never give up on me. And that's awesome. Because now I get to walk around and show off this new trophy that he gave me.
Absolutely,
and
you do.
This trophy of
I've
his
often
mercy.
heard success is the best revenge.
That's it. And one thing I've learned is when you talk to people, encourage people, because you're not a failure. You're not a loser. You're, to be quite honest, you're a one of a kind. There's nobody else in the world.
There's nobody ever been like you in the whole wide
That's
world
it.
ever.
And you know what's unique about that is because even if you read in the scripture, he says, "I knew you while you were still in your mother's womb." And Jeremiah 29:11 says that he has plans to prosper us, to bless us, give us hope in a future. And I'm glad to know that when I was in my sin and in my mess, I didn't know sometimes how I was going to make it through the night. But yet God still had a vision for my future. And so I'm glad to know that no matter how bad it can get, that no matter how bad I may fall, or anybody that's listening, his hand will always be there to help to reach us, to pull us back out.
That's true. And a lot of times it's hateful words people can say about you can hold you back.
Oh yeah.
And just don't listen to it.
Yeah, and see, that's the type of person I am, and I'm learning to get out of that. I try to be so nice to people, and I have learned, and maybe I shouldn't say this, but I have learned over the past few months even that I'm too nice to people. And
I never thought about that, Nate. Of course, Nate's like my kid brother, so we fussed with each other just a little bit. I didn't think you were too nice.
Well, I don't know. I guess as far as a business
He is
standpoint,
a nice guy. He's a very nice guy.
as far as a business standpoint, I've learned that I'm too nice, and then
I know what you
people
mean
will
by
try to
that.
take advantage of
Taking
that.
advantage.
Yeah, they'll try to run you over, and I've had to
Absolutely.
step back, and I've actually had to
And
tell
it's
some
usually by
people.
somebody that you wouldn't dream of.
Oh yeah, I've had to tell people lately. It's like, look, don't mistake my kindness for weakness, because I will rip your head off.
So let's talk a little bit about your business.
Oh man, it's exciting. Good things are coming. Of course,
You're working on some stuff for me right now.
Yes. Whosoeverpress.com, that's our publishing side of our company. About 3 years ago, we started to launch a new division within the company. and it was our print product line: business cards, flyers,
And
banners.
you do my business cards.
That's it. And those were some that we actually printed in the office, and I had to hand laminate, hand cut, do all that. Them are special for you. And
I have a feeling it didn't just happen that way. But yeah, I'll take them. They were nice.
oh, I had to work hard.
And I really like those better than the ones I had before, by the way.
Well, good.
Yeah, I do.
But you know, the new product line, we've actually been growing this over 3 years. And so sometimes, you know, starting out, it's always exciting starting a new business. Sometimes you get 2 or 3 orders a month. Starting out, you know, and you're thinking, man, this is awesome. You're on top of the world. And then the next month you realize we're sitting at, you know, 10 or 12 orders this month. And I'm like, man, that's awesome.
I'll take it.
Yes. And then so now we're averaging anywhere between 20 and 30 orders a month.
Awesome.
And so somebody says, well, that's not really that good after 3 years. And it's like, compared to everything else that we have going on, for the little bit amount of time that I've been able to promote and market this business, that is fantastic. Because there's nobody else that's been out on the street being able to promote it. I mean, I have literally tried to hire people, and they come into my office for a job.
Issue. It really is.
Yeah.
It's the biggest issue with running a business.
You know, I would right now, and if you're watching, you need a job, you're hired. I mean, I would hire 100 people right now, today, but they don't want to work. They come in and they see the office and they expect they're going to sit in a chair behind the office all day, behind the desk all day. I'm like, no. So if you've got any kind of sales experience at all, you're hired. You meet your monthly quota, you're going to be great. You can get bonuses, all kinds of stuff.
So when do I start?
Now, yesterday.
April 4th. So she says I can work 1 day out of the year, and that's the day we're off. 1 day a year.
You're going to have to work really, really hard.
I really am to meet that quota you got.
I'm telling you.
I bet. Yeah.
Oh, it's easy.
So what do folks do? Just call on local businesses and
I mean, that's it.
That's all.
And so right now we're fixing to do.
He's serious. He needs some folks.
Yeah, and it does not matter what state you are in. I can hire you in any state in the United States.
I got some friends who are listening right now in North Carolina.
You're hired. You know.
How do they get in touch with you?
And you never even have to touch the product. That's the amazing thing about it. I do all the work. You just talk to people.
Mm-hmm.
And all you have to do is just call me. It's 256-706-3315.
Any kind of printing.
Pretty much anything. Right now we're doing store signs to go on top of the buildings for businesses, business cards. Like right now, let me tell you how, you know, and I'm not bashing anybody, but there are other companies out there that we won't name, Vistaprint, that I won't name, and
Vistaprint.
I'm not knocking them really, but they have they can do some really cheap printing. And if you guys have ever ordered any of those products, you see the quality of that it's not the best. And here lately, people's been bringing stuff into the office that they've printed and it's just sloppy.
Well, see, I just want to go to your place and I want to say, this is what I want, Nate. And then you look at it and you give me advice. You say, Donna, that's not going to work because it's a sign. And so you have that expertise that I don't have.
Yes, so you guys can actually come into the office. And so what we're doing right now, for the quality of card that we have, it's a full color gloss, UV laminate, double-sided, fantastic card. For 1,000 of these on Vistaprint, and not just, and I say Vistaprint because they're the most widely known online marketing printing company. And by any means, I am not knocking their company because they've grown fantastic, and they've worked hard to get that status. But 1,000 of their cards of my quality is $94 plus shipping. Our regular price is $58, free shipping. Right now, don't come out of your seat. Right now, we're offering that same quality card for $13.
For $13?
$13 plus shipping. So by the time you pay the $13 and the shipping, it comes through UPS directly to your front door, $25.
You heard that, folks.
That's total. There's no additional fees. There's no setup fees. There's no hidden fees. $25 out the door, shipped straight to your front door. 1,000 of them. You're not going to find that.
And you're working on something for me right now. I don't see the sign. But we have Twin City used cars.
Yes.
Where's the sign at? Oh, there it is. And so so I didn't know how to do this, okay? So I had to call my friend Nate to find out how he would do this. So they're a sponsor of the birthday club and of the show. So see what I'm talking about, Nate, how it's looks like that. So we told Nate what was happening, and Nate's just like, quick fix.
That's it.
So in just a few days, you're going to see the sign. It's actually going to go back here. I hope we ordered the right size.
I hope you did.
Yeah.
We were guesstimating.
We
Yeah, it'll
guessed it.
fit.
We guessed it. And but I think it's going to fit. I think it'll be just right there, and it'll be just the right size. And see, that's what we do. We showcase our sponsors, and so we're going to showcase Twin City used cars back there. And of course, it'll have to be, so people can see it. Why is it doing that?
It's just the way the camera is.
Well, but anyway, you get the gist as Twin City used cars, so you're going to get that fixed for us. So it's nice to just be able to pick up the phone. Just pick up the phone and call Nate and say, this is what I need, this is the problem I'm having, how can you fix it? And you're also going to be working on another project for me. It's a cookbook.
Okay.
And I will be getting it together, I promise. I just haven't. It's an ongoing project.
Well, it takes time.
Yeah, at Bruce's Foodland, every Friday we have recipes using their specials. It's little quick, easy recipes, 2 and 3 ingredient recipes that you can do. And so we want to compile a cookbook. And you do that for folks as well. A lot of churches do fundraisers, don't they?
Absolutely.
Cookbooks.
Yeah. We can handle all your book publishing. If you need to publish a book, there you can go to whosoeverpress.com. Mm-hmm. Our submission guidelines are there on the website. Mm-hmm. You need to make sure that you submit your material according to those guidelines. But once you do that, then we're good to go. Now, if you just want to hire us to print books for you, then you don't have to go through submission guidelines. That's if you actually want us to represent you, be your publisher, and put you out there into the market, distribution to over 30,000 retailers. That's. But if you're just wanting
I'd
books
rather do
printed,
that. So you can actually have my customer base waiting on it.
Yeah.
In essence, that's basically what it is.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then what we do is we need to have you. And I thought I had that on vibrate. I didn't have that on vibrate, by the way.
I was hearing it go ding.
It's on vibrate now. You don't call when we're in the middle of the interview.
Wait till he's finished with the interview.
Don't call me. But yeah, we're, one thing that we can do, I know there's a lot of companies that will print company manuals and handbooks. And so I've seen the invoices for the prices that they're paying for these things, and they are outrageous. If you will call us,
Free
we
quotes?
can, free quote, we'll print it for you. I mean, ridiculously cheap. And when I say cheap, I'm not talking about cheap quality, because everything that we produce is the highest quality available in the print industry. And I'll guarantee you that. I mean, we have the best product that's available.
Well, you have several testimonials. Barbara Ann Eubanks, we've interviewed her here on the show. Afternoon Drive Home, Monday through Friday, 1 to 3 p.m. And so you've printed her books.
Yeah.
As well.
We're her publisher.
Okay. Now, as a publisher, you pretty much will promote. What's involved with you being a publisher?
Okay, so the publisher, we take care of the editing, book design, ISBNs, barcodes, Library of Congress numbers, getting the copy to Washington, D.C., copyrights, graphic designers, distribution, getting you into distribution. We actually are working on some contracts right now with Walmart, Hobby Lobby, some other places. And that's why it's important that you go with a good publishing company. If you're wanting to publish a book and you say, well, Nate, I'm not interested in paying anybody any money to publish my book when I can go to Amazon or this place or one of these online services that say they'll print your book for you. What you don't realize, I've been in this industry long enough that if you go to one of those online printers, you take that book and you try to submit that somewhere, they're going to laugh at you. Because that's why there is such a negative look on the self-publishing industry. Because the books are horrible. You know, because most of and I'm not saying all of them, but the majority of them, they are not edited. The cover designs look hideous. I mean, like, you could set a line of 20 books in here on a shelf, and one of them be self-published, and I would find that book.
You know what to look for.
Yeah, I could find it. I could point it out and tell you this one was self-published. It's hideous. I mean, I could just tell you, and I could find it. And so that's the same way it is in the book market. Like, we're working on some, like I said, a contract with Walmart. If you self-publish your book online, you know, I definitely say, hey, I give you props, and that's awesome that you believe in yourself, and you should believe in yourself. But we are an independent publisher, and so we still have access to the big industry distributors, printers, I mean, everything. Except we're not a full-blown traditional publishing company. We're working on that, because that is our next move. We're in that transition, because we have always been a self-publishing company. An independent self-publishing company where authors would pay us to publish their work. And the more that we worked in that arena, I realized quickly that the nightmares that you hear about and read about on the internet are true. And so, I mean, and I kid you not, I have had authors come into my office, they'll cuss me out after 2 weeks. And they'll want to know, where's my book? How come it's not ready? I'm like, it's 4 months for just editing. Well, how come it takes that long? Because we have multiple editors looking at your book, and I kid you not, last week I had a woman come into my office. She was screaming because it had been 2 months since we signed contract, and she wanted to know where her book was. I says, ma'am, I've got 4 months to provide you with any kind of edited material for the first draft. Well, yeah, but we signed 2 months ago. I thought I would be seeing something now since the woman I had read it before you only done it in 2 weeks. I'm like, ma'am.
Why she not with that woman is my question.
Yeah, and I'm like, I'm not the other woman. I said, you're come here for professional services. You want professional services? That's why you paid me. If not, I'll give you your money back. You can go down the street. You know, that's one thing that I've learned in this business, is I've learned to develop that hard shell. Because
kind of like Simon on American Idol, sort of. Like if somebody like Simon used to do. Somebody would come in that couldn't sing, and they would say, "But I took singing lessons," and he would say, "What'd you do with the money that your parents gave you for singing lessons?"
Yeah, go get it. You should have go get it back. Well, and it's funny.
You're to do the hard love there. I mean, you're to tell people. You have to.
And that's what makes it tough. So with our new submission guidelines, they are so tough. I mean, it's like you're submitting a report for college. And so it makes it so tough that I know the only people that are going to actually go through there and do this step by step like we now require are the people who are serious. And when that information comes in, we're going to be proud to work with them people. It's not just some little pipe
dream, and I don't have to work at it. I just want to put some words on the paper.
And you know what kills me? I get people that come into my office, or they'll call me on the phone and say, God gave me this. And I'm like, that's awesome. Let's see it. And they're like, no, you don't understand. I had one of them. I had one of them told me. I had one of them got like this in front of me. Says, you don't understand. God gave me this. And I'm thinking, oh, Lord Jesus, we've got another whack job.
So did God give it to him?
No, I told him, I said, take it and give it back, because God didn't do that very good on that job.
Did you say that?
I sure did.
So what happened? I mean, really, I would appreciate your brutal honesty. Because I don't want to dream something that
we didn't
it's not
sign
going to happen.
Yeah, we didn't sign it. You know, and that's the thing. And I try to be nice and honest as I can to people. But, I mean, and you give me some advice. Maybe these Facebook folks can give me some advice. It's like singers, you know. We sing, we travel all over the country and sing, and then you go to some of these conventions, and there's people on stage, and you're thinking, who in the world did they pay enough money to get on that stage? And so it's like some of these books that come across, on email for submissions. I'm just, and I kid you not, I had a woman one time, she called me, real sweet woman, and she was a little black lady. Loved her to death, loved talking to her. I mean, some of these little black ladies, I'm telling you, they have got the Spirit of God. And this woman she was awesome. And she says, I work at an office. And she says, she said, God told me to write a book about the office life. And it's a devotional. And I'm like,
you'd need one for office life. I've been
yeah.
there.
And so I started thinking, man, that's an awesome idea. I love it.
Yeah.
And she submits the manuscript, and I kid you not, I swear, she is sitting there. Every other word is F this, F that, GD this, GD that. And I'm like,
No.
I call her, I said, I thought you said this was a Christian book. She says, well, it is. She said, but that's how the talk is at the office. I says, ma'am, I said, I cannot print this. I says, I cannot put this on a shelf in a Christian bookstore. She's like, well, I don't see why not. I'm like, ma'am, I'm sorry, but I'm not going to be able to publish your book.
We're going to have to go to a commercial break. Let's play one of your songs.
Let's do it.
Anyone in particular, or just whatever I pull up?
I was going to say, I think number 4 was the last radio release. Let's see what we got on there. You know what? Let's do number 8. That song is awesome.
Number 8. Okay, let's
When the Savior reached down for me.
Oh, yeah, I love that, and I love the way you do that. Okay, let's say number 8. I might need help here.
Play.
No, I gotta get it to number 8. There we go. It's on. Absolutely. Okay, let's go ahead and do that one. We'll be right back.
Are we supposed to be quiet now?
So people can hear it.
I know it. You were nowhere to be found. I thought I heard you. Because I kept thinking, who's got a mic in here? I've heard something at one point, and I thought, who's got a mic?
Like you're saying it to the folks there. There you go.
Not good. That's for you, by the way.
DVD inserts.
Mm-hmm.
That was awesome.
Yeah, I love that song.
Do you write songs too?
Yeah, most of them.
I mean, most of them you write.
Yeah. Yeah,
Okay,
like
folks, we'll be right back in a few minutes. We're on commercial break.
Brad, Bernumi, Saturated, Why'd You Take Her Away, I wrote. My manager wrote Before the Baptists Do. Dust of the Feet, I wrote. There's another one, Scarlet Hill, My Name, Jesus Save My Daddy. All those I wrote.
Awesome.
Trophy on Display, wrote it. The new one.
Yeah, I wish we had that one.
I've got it on my phone.
How could we play his new one? It's on his cell phone. How could we play that one? The trophy.
Have you got an auxiliary adapter, hook?
We need one of those.
Yeah. That's it. As loud as it gets.
Yeah, we just put it right against his mic.
Yeah, just put it right up to your mic and watch the light over there. If it's too much, then you pull the microphone back where it don't splatter on the air. But as long as it's running that way, you should be able to.
But our friends on Facebook wouldn't be able to hear it, would they?
You don't have an auxiliary hookup?
I don't want us off the air.
I don't want to touch it either.
I don't want us off the air.
Hey, Don.
If I unplug the
I know.
computer.
Hey, Jamie. Yoki Adams. Hey, girl. Kristen, it's good to see you. JC Rogers, it's good to see you.
Okay, go off.
Corey says, hey, Nate Fortner, I want him to sing All Before the Baptists Do.
Ah, that would be funny.
What?
Is it on that CD?
Yeah. Yeah, we can play that one.
Okay. Hey, Pat Hill, how are you doing? Tim Beasley.
Gosh.
Before the Baptists Do.
Hey, John.
That yesterday, did you?
I did not.
You forgot it. You had requests.
No, no.
Hey,
Who requested
Shannon.
it? No.
That's my cousin Shannon. Hey, Shannon, how are you doing?
Hey, Shannon.
Shannon.
Whoop whoop.
Hey, Jim. How are you doing? It's good to see you, too. Shannon, you're going to have to come on the show sometime, girl. Hey, Joyce Tate. How are you doing? And Pam Payne, it's good to see you. Hey, there's my niece, Talina Hartline Wilson. Hey, girl, how are you doing? It's good to see you. Love you. Say hi to Talina.
Hello,
Talina.
oh, Talina. I started to say tortellina, tortellini, or whatever they are.
All right, we're about to go back in.
Isn't that a noodle or something?
I don't know.
Before the Baptist Day, I think that's number 7.
Before the Baptist do. Okay, we'll play that one in just
Yeah.
a minute.
That's so funny.
Guess what number?
7. Hilarious. Oh my gosh, it's hilarious.
All right, I'll have it ready.
Oh, that's awesome.
I can't wait to play that one. Okay,
So
we're
we're
about to go
actually
in.
on air.
Good afternoon. My name is Donna Feazell, and I'm your host of Afternoon Drive Home. Thank you so much for listening to us every day, Monday through Friday. It is Monday through Friday. Do you like Mondays, by the way, Nate?
Mondays are usually pretty good. It's Friday when I'm lazy.
Oh, why Friday?
Because I want to go home early. Start my weekend early.
Weekend.
Yeah.
Have a big weekend. You've always got singing stuff going on, too.
I know it. Well, I've actually been trying to slow down and focus more on the company. And then I can't do that because some woman named Regina just like, come on, let's go.
Who is this woman? Now, you're going to be singing this coming Thursday, too. You want to talk about that?
Yes.
Oh, yes. Yes.
He forgot. You are going to show up, right?
They're going to call me No Show Jones. No Show Nate.
Huh?
We Carlisle's restaurant here in Scottsboro. Going to be over there singing. Y'all come out and have a good time with us. Regina Leith and New Grace will be there. I'll be there. I believe
We
dinner.
hope you're going to be there.
I
I'll
will be
remind you.
now.
I'll send you a text.
Yeah,
This is
text
Thursday.
me. Text me and be like, Nate, you know you're singing tonight, right? Oh, really? Where? It was funny. I was picking at Regina so bad last week, but she didn't know I was teasing her. She'd say, "Well, you ready for the event this week for 4th of July?" And I'm like, "What you talking about?"
What event?
And she's like,
I bet she was panicking,
she's like,
going crazy.
Yeah, she's like, "Don't you tell me you forgot."
She's going nuts.
And I told her, I says, "I've got to be in Georgia for a concert that night." She says, "No, you don't." She said, "You better call and tell me you got to reschedule."
Now, you and Regina have been friends a long time.
I tend to let her hang out with me from time to time.
Yeah, she's, yes.
Don't you mean the other way around?
She's something else, isn't she?
She is. She is. She's a good woman, though.
Can't keep a good woman down either, can you, if I can get it out?
That's it. That's it. But we will be there, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. I'm going to have to go back and check. But I believe dinner starts at about 5:30. And concert will begin, I believe it's either 6 or 6:30.
Yeah, and you know
but
what?
you guys can-
I'm the Walmart greeter. As people are coming in, I'm saying hi to everybody.
6:30.
And then I'll lead them back to Regina. And then you can go eat. Get you something. And you and I love to eat out there, too. The chicken.
You know what's bad about
I
that
still
place,
haven't had
though?
the tomato pie, though.
Oh.
You don't like
I
the
won't.
tomato pie? You're the only person who I've ever spoke to who said that.
Tomato is
You
not
just don't
supposed
like
to be put
tomato?
into a pie. Pie is supposed to be
Yes, it
sweet.
is, because tomatoes are fruit. You know tomatoes are fruit.
Yeah, but I grew up with a tomato being a vegetable, and it's still a vegetable to
You
me
do
because it's
both.
just nasty.
You just haven't tried it.
Oh, I'm not going to either.
See what I mean? He hasn't tried it yet, but I'm going to
No.
try it.
You know, I'm weird, though. I'm going to admit to something. Be quiet, Sam.
Yeah, he
Nobody
is
asked
weird.
for your opinion. But- Well, here I'm telling her to be quiet, and you bring it out. Now, I can take a tomato, and I can grind that baby up and put some peppers in there and some onions and make a good sauce out of it. And some garlic, man. I can drink the stuff and just like open a bag of chips and just and all day long. But I cannot take a tomato and cut it and just eat it. I mean, is that not weird?
You're weird because fresh out of the garden, I can take it without even washing it and start eating it. I love tomatoes.
You better be careful doing that. That's what happened to my hair. Eating stuff out of the garden before you wash it.
Well, look at my hair. Does it look like anything's happening to it?
You know what I was thinking about doing since we're talking on the subject of hair? I thought about taking my hat, going and getting one of them real nice black wigs, hair pieces, and sew it in on the inside
Do
of my
that
hat.
like a ponytail.
Yeah, and then when
back.
I'm out there, I'm gonna be like this and just do some head banging for Jesus, and have my hair flopping around. And then what's gonna happen? The big old wind's gonna blow off and blow my hat off, and people's gonna see I'm bald.
Now, you can't forget about the church service where the preacher said, "Leave."
Oh my Lord! Let me tell it.
What?
This girl, she knows how to bring up the most horrible stuff at the exact right time.
She does.
So, some friends of mine and I were singing at a church over in Arab, Alabama about a year ago. Maybe a year and a half. And here I am. When I go to sing at a church, I'll take my hat off and be respectful. And I'm sitting here looking like this the whole time, and we're up there singing, giving God praise. Man, the church freaking broke out in nearly revival. I mean, it was awesome. And, a little country Baptist church in there laying hands on each other, praying for each other. You don't see that very often in a old country Baptist church. And the preacher starts praying at the end when we're about to dismiss service. And he's praying, Lord, touch our church family. Remember those that are sick. Remember the singers that are here today. And put your wig, W-I-G, of protection upon them.
And you took offense to that.
Well, I didn't take offense, but at the same time, me and the other 3 singers from the other group are like this with our heads bowed down in prayer, and we just go. and look at each other. And I'm like, did y'all hear that? And they're like, we heard that. Did you hear that? And so now it's like, I talked to that pastor. I says, Pastor, what was you trying to get a point across about? Do I need to go get me a hairpiece? And he just started laughing. He says, it just come out wrong.
Now you have a song Corey wanted you to do this
Well,
song.
before we play that, let me tell you, the guy that, you was asking me if I write any of my songs. And of course, I
most of them.
I write the majority of my songs. But my music manager, whose name is David Richards, he wrote this song, and he says, Nate, I want you to record this on your next project, which was the Renew Me I Pray project, which is available on Amazon.com, by the way, and I hope that you guys will go over there and pick you up a copy of it, Renew Me I Pray. $15, it'll ship straight to your front door, and that'll make sure I get to eat tonight. Because you can tell by looking at me, I've missed a few meals
He
lately.
never eats.
And but he ended up being diagnosed with kidney disease. And so he's been fighting for, I believe it's about 4 or 5 years now, and trying to get a kidney, trying to get a donor, just going through all this stuff. He was on dialysis. They sent him home to start doing dialysis at home, up to 4 treatments a day. And then they told him, says, you're at a point where you're going to have to start coming back in here for us to do the dialysis here. And so he was doing that, I believe, 3 times a week, going to dialysis. And, last week he called and says, Nate, he says, I'm down here at UAB Hospital in Birmingham. I said, well, what's going on, man? He said, they found me a kidney. He said, and it was a perfect match. He says, they said it could not have been any better. And I thought, well, man, praise God. And so he is the one, this next song, he is the one who wrote this song. And we've always cut up and made jokes at church saying we got to hurry up and be out by noon so we can get to the buffet before the Baptists do. And so he wrote a little song about it.
Presbyterians do.
He wrote a little song about it, and I recorded it on my last project, Renew Me I Pray. So you guys are going to absolutely love this song. It's called Before the Baptists Do.
You're going to like it. So why don't you hold it? I'm going to go ahead and turn the sound up. So you can do this for us. Can you get behind Nate and just hold this up there?
Do they?
Because I'm going to turn the sound up so everybody can hear it on... There we go. We're going to do it in just a second, okay? All right, let's see. Here we go. The CD goes up like this, and here let's do this. And we'll be playing it in just a few seconds.
Well, we have been called holy rollers. We like to run and shout. But we're all getting pretty hungry. The pastor just let us out.
Hope you guys can hear that.
Right around the corner, it'll soon be noon. And we got to get to the food before the Baptists do. So come on, preacher, and hurry. Can't we please be through? I want to try and grab a few chicken legs before all the Baptists do.
A few chicken legs before all the Baptists do.
Yeah, chicken.
Gonna scoop me up some of them pintos and grab me a roll or 2 or 3. 'Cause I gotta fill my plate up before all the Baptists do.
Before all the Baptists do.
Now this song may sound silly, but it's the honest truth. If we're gonna get to the Sunday buffet, we gotta go before the Baptists do. So welcome to the Sizzler. My name's Mandy, and be glad you made it before noon. You better try and hurry. Get up there and get yourself some food. You might cut in line and act up a bit, and those Baptists, they might just throw a fit. Yeah, I think it's funny, but I'm a Methodist, and I don't give a rip. Y'all just need to hurry it up and leave me a big fat tip. Now, this song may sound silly, but it's the honest truth. If we're gonna get to the Sunday buffet, we gotta go for the Baptists do.
That's
This
it.
song may sound silly, but it's the honest truth. If we're gonna get to the Sunday buffet, we gotta go for the Baptists do. Let's go, preacher.
Y'all hear a chicken.
I heard a chicken. Something happened. What's going on with the chicken? So is that one of your chickens?
No, I don't have chickens. I've got dogs.
How many
Instead
dogs
of
you
chicken
got?
nuggets, we have
You gotta
dog
turn around so the
nuggets.
folks can see you.
I'm waiting for her to.
Move, but hold on, let me tighten that back up so preachers will be on Sunday.
Yeah, we're.
Alrighty.
So this is Nate Fortner, who is with us right now. You're going to be on Thursday.
Yeah, here in
At Carlisle's.
Scottsboro.
Uh-huh.
Yep.
Yeah.
They'll probably let me sing 2 or 3 songs and
I bet you get. She said 5 or 6.
5 or 6. Well, if I'm gonna do that many, I may steal a couple and do about a full album.
So you're gonna. We know you're gonna do that one, the one that we're just playing.
You know we gotta play before the Baptists do. I think Corey said he's coming this week. Isn't that right, Corey?
Yeah. Now Corey said he was going to come one other time. And he didn't show up, and I kept waiting on him, and he didn't show up. So I don't know what his deal was.
What are we gonna do with him?
I don't know. What are we going to do with you, dude? So, and let's talk before we go, because we only have a few minutes left. And I said I didn't know you did all this. This is Whosoever Press, book publishing and printing. So, I mean, you do a lot of stuff like those acrylic boards.
Yeah.
And the table tents. You know, a lot of folks go to events throughout the summer.
Yeah.
And craft events, whatever. That would be good for that.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And you know what else we have too? It's an illumination panel. Say for example, and these are really awesome, and I'm really trying to do a campaign to get them in with the funeral homes for families who have lost loved ones. They're a little expensive, but oh my gosh, they are nice. So say for example, just say you've got somebody in your family, they've just passed away, and you want something really nice, either there for the funeral or for at home. And so what this is literally a piece of paper that we print on. But this paper is literally a light bulb. It's a flat sheet of light bulb.
Wow.
And so we print on this, and you can
like
take
a
it.
gobo. You know what a gobo is?
I don't. But you can take it, you can plug it in, and it's got a frame, or you can get them without the frame. That way, if you want to build your own display, like for your business or whatever, you can have these panels set into your own display that you build, plug it in, and it lights up. It doesn't get hot, it won't catch fire, it doesn't do any of that. And we can do them in some pretty good sizes. They are awesome. You know, business cards, flyers, banners, retractable banners. I know a lot of the singers, you know, you go in, they've got their retractable banners stood up. You know, you're going to pay, the price in the industry is, you know, usually about $250 and up on one of those. Ours are $125, no setup fees, full color gloss, digitally printed. Comes with a real nice carry case with it. Free shipping straight to your front
So
door.
you can do something like that for me, afternoon drive home, like behind me.
Oh yeah, we can do little tabletop banners too. So if you want something to sit right here, that's just a little tabletop. We can do them 8.5 by 11, 11 by 17, or we can do up to like a 15 by whatever.
Well, when the show's over, you just kind of recommend what you think I need to get.
One of everything. I gotta pay
Not
I
one
gotta
of everything.
feed my babies. I got two of my babies at the house waiting on me. That's why I got to get this business up and going a lot more. That way I can stay home and play with my dogs all day.
Yeah, that's all he wants to do is stay at home playing with his dogs. But now you also do T-shirts. That would be great. You know, these events that are coming up with the pink ribbon.
Yeah.
People having walks and stuff.
And you know,
like
I'm going to
that.
tell you something about T-shirts. You go to your local printer in town to order T-shirts. They're going to have to create a screen. They're going to have to do this for every single color that you create. So the problem is, if you want a full color T-shirt, you know, 100 different colors, you're going to have to pay for a new screen every time you do that. And those shirts are going to be outrageous. Now, where they get you is they say, well, yeah, but we just create the screen the first time. We can use it over and over and over, and you'll save money on the next run. Well, what I can do is I can print you full color T-shirts, and I don't have to charge you for a screen. I don't have to charge you for a setup. You just say, Nate, I need a dozen T-shirts, and I'm going to say, okay, here's your price. You pay it, you're done. It ships to your front door. No setup fees, no, none of that stuff.
Now, if I can't wait on you to ship it, I mean, I can just go by your place and pick it up when it's ready, right?
If you want to, yeah.
Okay. You know, some of us are.
Yeah. And you can order as little as one T-shirt. So say you're a graphic designer, and you want to put your own artwork on a T-shirt, I can print one. And you can come by and pick it up, or I can print one and ship it to your house. And we offer shipping all across the United States. You know, anything. I've actually had somebody just submit an order. They want Bible tracts. They designed a Bible tract. They wanted to get 1,000 of them printed. I told them what it would cost, and they're like, for 1,000? I'm like, yeah. I said, is that a bad price? They're like, no, that is amazing. And I'm like, well, that's what I try to do.
Then you need to go up on it a little bit.
Well, y'all better call and place your order before she gets me to
Hurry.
raise the prices. But
Hurry.
now, one thing that I do want to do, anybody that's listening, watching, anything, 256-706-3315. Call me. Let's place your order. Because you're listening today, I'm going to give you 15% off on anything that you guys call in by the end of the day. So that's just for today, for the afternoon drive home with Miss Donna Feazell.
You got it right.
See, it's only took
He's
me
been
100 times.
listening. Yeah, it really. Why'd you call me Donna Freakle one time?
That was Regina. I called you Feazell or something.
Oh, wait, I answered to that. I'll answer to whatever.
You thought of that country artist.
Lefty Feazell.
Are y'all related by what?
I am left-handed.
And you're a Feazell.
Lefty Feazell instead of Frizzell.
There you go.
Yeah, I could go by that. That needs to be my new name.
That's it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Now you do all kinds of like giveaways. People do mail outs. Oh, mail out services. Okay.
Yeah, we
folks
have-
running for office.
Yeah, definitely. Like if you're running what's called an EDDM campaign, which is every door direct mail, we handle that campaign for you all the way from printing your postcards, all the way to getting them bundled for the post office with the mail carrier routes. We handle all of that. And matter of fact, I was actually on YouTube talking to a guy the other day. He said they just did a 10,000 postcard campaign in their city. $1,800 he paid just for the postcards for 10,000. I'm like, dude, I would have done it for half that. He's like, are you serious? How do you do it so cheap? And I'm like, I'm the boss. I can do what I want.
Low overhead.
I can do what I want.
Isn't that right? You also do CD inserts. Like so, somebody, let's say somebody, you music, you're gonna record whatever.
Yeah.
Well, then you do the inserts like that.
I can do the actual full the full CD, disc face, gloss, color.
So if Corey
Everything.
wants to like record some music and come up with his own CD, you could do it, right?
That's it.
You can handle it.
And as long as he records before the Baptist do.
Don't forget your politicians, you're gonna say.
Yeah, we're
and
talking about that.
far,
already.
the every door direct mail politicians, you're running for office. You guys are paying a ton of money for these yard signs when I could do them for you for pennies. And just say for example, you're paying $20 to show you the difference in the cost. Say you're paying $20 for something, I can do it for $3. That's to show you the big difference in the price
That's
margins.
huge. And then mention the show today, and it's 15% off that.
Anything that you call in
Wow.
today is 15% off just because you're listening in on this show
All right, just give
today.
your phone number out one more time.
2, get your pen. Get your pen.
Yeah, give him time. Go ahead and get the pen. Let me tell you, he's going to be on tomorrow's show. And then he's going to give you his telephone number, 15% off, remember? Tomorrow, Dr. Mike Kennemer will be here. He's from Northeast Alabama Community College. Always look forward to talking with him. And then also Jonathan Powell. You probably know Jonathan.
That name
He's a
sounds
chaplain.
familiar.
He's a chaplain for Shepherd's Cove Hospice. And he also has his own insurance company. He'll be with us as well. So, and you guys have already sent a lot of questions, so he'll answer those for you as well. Remember, we're going to be off on Wednesday, and then Throwback Thursday. Angie Tate, who's the administrator of Serenity Place Assisted Living and Memory Care, and Shepherd's Cove Hospice. Not certain which one of the ladies will be here with us that day, but that'll be 2:00 on Thursday. And then Attorney Alan Mendenhall, who is the Associate Dean of Fortner University, will be with us on Friday at 1 p.m. Ready? Phone number.
256-706-3315.
Awesome. Nate, great having you on the show today.
Well, it's good to be
always a lot
here.
of fun. We didn't rough each other up too bad.
Not bad. My hat's still on my
Yeah,
head.
it's still on there. I'm about to get it off. Everybody come back tomorrow. And thank you so much for listening to Afternoon Drive Home, Monday through Friday, 1 to 3 p.m. Hope you have a good one. Bye-bye. We done. Thank you, everybody. It's so
Call
good
me.
to see y'all. It's so good. Make sure you give him a call. What's the number again?
256-706-3315. Give me about 10 minutes to get out of the station here, and then you guys can blow my phone
Well,
up.
more like 15 minutes because I've got to ask him about a sign behind me.
15 minutes.
Hey, Alicia Miller, good to see you. Shirley Holbrooks, good to see you. And Rusty Pitts, good to see you. Greg Dodson, good to see you. Angie,
Oh, Greg.
do you know Angie Johnson? She's in your neck of the woods.
I think I do.
Hey,
know
Angie,
her.
hope you're doing good. And Frank Dillman, good seeing you, guy. Deborah Bentley, I hope I got to everybody. Jane Fielder, it's good seeing you. Doris Stewart, Raina Card, good to see you. Michael Edmondson, good to see you. Kathy Sisk, good to see you as well. Taylor Norris, good to see you. Chad Gorham, see you later, dude. Glad you're on. Philip Martin, good to see you. Renee Brown, hey girl, you got to be on the show, okay? This girl, she sings like an angel. Joe Broyles, good to see you. And Sandra Lafferty, good to see you.
Hey, Sandra.
Sandra, she was on the show just a couple of weeks ago.
I know. Oh, my
she
goodness, that was so awesome.
I would say hey to my mom.
Hey, Mom.
Hey, Mom. She had a birthday.
Donna's mom.
She'll take you in.
Okay.
Her birthday was this weekend. So it's good to see everybody. And Sandra said tell you hi, Nate.
Hey, Sandra, you are awesome. Hey, check it out. I'm watching you on Facebook Live.
Yay! Corey said you need a wig.
A wig? You know, God only made so many perfect heads. The rest he covered with hair.
We'll see y'all later. Bye, everybody. See you tomorrow.